this becomes extremely important because you don't want to go into a show bloated. What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about why the anabolic diet is not good for competitive bodybuilders, especially at the Mr. Olympia level. Now, to start, yes, the anabolic diet is okay for most people to do, right? So let's say you're just a guy who likes bodybuilding and you don't want to feel hungry all the time when you're doing a cut for the summertime or stuff like that, or you have a struggle with an appetite, then the anabolic diet is great. It is especially good for overweight individuals who struggle to lose weight because of hunger, because it'll fill them up and it'll avoid them snacking or binging on food because they're so full they just can't even think of food. Now, this is very good for those individuals, for most individuals, right? But when we're talking about competitive bodybuilders, especially the ones at the Mr. Olympia level or the IFBB level, it's not beneficial. Now, why is this? Well, digestion is an extremely important component of being a bodybuilder at the highest level. You know, like once you get to a high level of bodybuilding, the amount of food you're eating on a daily basis, regardless of whether or not you're on a cut or you're in a calorie surplus or maintenance, it's a lot of food. It's a lot of food, and so you have to optimize your digestion. And the anabolic diet does not optimize digestion. In fact, it doesn't want digestion to happen fast. It wants a slow release of food in order to keep you full for longer. And when you're a bodybuilder, this is not good because then you're going to get bloated, right? You're going to have a gut. Most of the time, when bodybuilders step on stage and they have a protruding gut, it's not from GH. Many people think it's growth hormone abuse, when in reality, it's overconsumption of food. That's a belly from food just sitting in their stomach that hasn't been digested. And if you're eating a lot of high volume food, right? A lot of high volume food, it's going to be stuck there. You're going to get bloated. You're not going to be able to pose as well. You're not going to be able to work out as well, right? Because you're eating already like 4,000 calories, and now you're going to eat 4,000 calories split into 10 pounds of food as opposed to possibly 4. This is the reason that so many bodybuilders eat chicken, rice, and broccoli, right? It's become kind of a meme, right? But the reason is you're getting some fiber, you're getting some quick digesting carbs, and you're getting the protein. Now, you need the fiber, but they don't overload the fiber. This is not good when you're hungry, but it's something they have to deal with as a top-level bodybuilder because they want to optimize their digestion. They want to be able to pose without having their gut protruding. And to do so, they can't have a lot of fiber in their stomach because it's going to make them bloated, right? So like I said, the anabolic diet is great for the average bodybuilder who's just doing it for himself or doing it for fun, but it's not good for the top-level bodybuilder because they're not going to be able to control their gut, right? They're not going to be able to digest food as fast. They're not going to be able to get to the gym as quickly because they're going to have to wait for food to digest longer. And when you're eating 4,000 calories, as I said, this amount of time might be a long time because you had your first meal. So if you're eating 5 high-volume meals, imagine the digestion. You might not even fully digest your first meal by the time it's your second meal. And that's going to be a problem. People like Stan Efferding, they've found ways to completely optimize digestion, right? So their diets are not conducive to, being full, but they're conducive to getting proper micronutrient intake and proper digestion. Okay, like he promotes the idea of walking after you eat to promote digestion, and just his foods are usually lower glycemic index foods, which again, it might not be good for you if you're trying to lose weight, but if you're a top level bodybuilder, having lower glycemic index foods is very important, especially when you're a few weeks out from a show and you're posing every day, trying to practice the posing for the stage. This becomes extremely important because you don't want to go into a show bloated because it's going to ruin your entire physique, right? You can be shredded to the bone, but if you're bloated, you're not going to look as shredded and you're not going to be able to control your gut like for poses like the vacuum. Now, like I said, the anabolic diet is great, right? But for a pro bodybuilder, even in the off season, why would he use it? He's eating so much food already as it is that he doesn't need to feel full. He's already full from just consuming a lot of calories, right? So, just to recap, the reason that the anabolic diet is not good for IFBB pros or Mr. Olympias is because it's not optimizing digestion. Digestion is a part of the game in bodybuilding. Whoever can digest food the best might look the best on the stage. Now, if you are an individual bodybuilding for fun, anabolic diet is great. You're going to feel full. You're not going to be hungry. I would add, though, that you should add some fat to your food, as fat, first of all, it helps you with testosterone. It helps you with mental clarity. So the anabolic diet, take it, refine it a little bit, put some fat into there, and then you'll be good, right? But if you're Mr. Olympia, IFBB, you're not listening to me. I'm telling you about it. But they eat what they eat for a reason. They get the fiber they need to go to the bathroom through some broccoli or some sort of vegetable, and then they get the quick digestion carbs and the quick digesting protein. Well, not quick, it takes a while. But you see what I mean? And that's another reason that they eat the way they do. Protein takes much longer to digest than other food. So if you're taking protein and then you're adding a lot of fiber with the protein, it's going to be a long time digestion. You're not going to be able to practice posing for a while or go to the gym for a while. It's going to take a long time. And one more thing before I end the video to touch on is the fact of artificial sweeteners. I'm not against artificial sweeteners, but for many people, especially heavier people like these IFBBs, they respond really badly to certain sweeteners. So these artificial sweeteners make them get bloated on top of the fiber and all the vegetables and everything and all the high volume that they're eating. So it's double whammy. All these artificial sweeteners plus these highly nutrient dense foods that don't have a lot of calories per a pound or whatever it is. It's a recipe for bloating disaster. That is why the anabolic diet is not good for IFBBs and Mr. Olympias. If you liked the video, please subscribe and consider hitting the like button. Thank you and have a good day.